A very good morning, dear children. Welcome to today's science class. So, before starting today's session, let me ask you a few questions on the topics covered. Are you ready, children? Yes. What is a circulatory system? Yes, it is an organ system, isn't it? And what does it do? It transports the substances like nutrients, oxygen, and water to all parts of the body through blood. And in the same way, what does it do? It also receives the unwanted gas called carbon dioxide from all parts of the body through blood, isn't it? Now, how many organs are involved in the circulatory system, children? 3 organs. Yes. What are they? Yes, heart, blood and blood vessels, isn't it? Now we have discussed many things about heart and we have went deep into the heart. In detail we have learnt about the heart and you have done excellent pictures also of heart. Now let us have a quick recap and let me ask you a few more questions from heart also. So you can see this. Where is your heart located, children? Yes, it is located in the center of our chest cavity and the lower portion of the heart is slightly tilted towards the left. Very good. Now, how many chambers does your heart have? 4 chambers. What are those? Auricles and ventricles. The upper left and right auricle will receive the blood from all parts of the body and the lower left and right ventricle is going to give the blood from the heart to all parts of the body. And how many times does your heart beat, children? Yes, it is 70 times per minute, isn't it? And it can be more also when you do a physical activity. Like you have done an activity yesterday on pulse rate, which I said that your heartbeat and pulse rate is always the same. That means you can check your pulse rate also and you can know your heartbeat. Yesterday I have done the activity in relaxed position as well as in the physical activity when you have done also. Now, let us come back to one more point, that the rhythmic movement of the heart, you can see it is contracting and expanding. Why this is happening? Why? Because it is pumping the blood. That means it is contracting while it is pumping the blood and it is expanding while it is receiving the blood. So such beat is called as your heartbeat. And what is the rhythmic sound the heart makes? Lub dub, isn't it? It's going to make a rhythmic sound and it is in the size of our fist. And yesterday we have also discussed a few points. Yes, and what is the instrument used to check your heartbeat, children? It is stethoscope. And we have discussed a few points like how to keep your heart healthy and fit, like your brisk walking, exercise, yoga, yes, meditation, avoiding junk food, taking the balanced diet. All this will help you to keep your heart healthy and fit. Yes, this we have already learnt. So let us move on to a new topic, that means your second part of your circulatory system, which is called as your blood. So children, when you are hurt or when you are injured, you will get a liquid out of your body. What it is? It is blood, isn't it? It is red in color. Why this is red in color? Why not in violet or blue color? Why? Because it has a pigment called hemoglobin. What it is called? Hemoglobin. For example, your leaves are green in color, isn't it? A plant leaves are green in color. Why they are green in color? Why not in red or orange color? Why? Because it possesses a pigment called as chlorophyll, isn't it? The same way in humans also. We all are in different shades. Yes? Few are fair, few are dark, few are wheatish color. Yes, that is because of the presence of the pigment called melanin. So for each and everything, a pigment is needed to give color. So the same way here also, hemoglobin is the pigment which gives red color to the blood. Yes, and it is a liquid, you can see. And it also has many components. Now, adult human body is going to carry 5 to 6 liters of blood, and this blood is going to just flow like that in your body? No, they are going to flow in the muscular tubes called blood vessels. Okay, so please have a look at this picture, children. So this is the picture. You can see here the components of blood. Again, the blood is divided into 3. That means the blood possesses 3 types of cells: red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Yes, you can see the red blood cells, which are round spherical shaped structures, they are red in color, and white blood cells you can see which are more larger than the red blood cells, and the platelets you can see here which are black in color like spikes. Yes, let us go more into detail of these cells, what they do in the blood actually. So the, as I said, that blood is going to flow in the muscular tubes called blood vessels. Yes, and inside this blood you are going to have a liquid fluid called as plasma, which is yellow color protein. In that protein you can see all these three types of cells are going to float. Okay, they are going to float. What are those three types of cells? Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. All these three types of cells are going to float in the liquid protein called as plasma. Yes, children, did you understand this? Yes. Now getting back to red blood cells, how do they look like? Yes, children, can you see this picture clearly? These are red blood cells and white blood cells. These red blood cells are spherical in size. Can you see? And they are red in color because of the pigment, again hemoglobin there, and this going to impart the color to the blood, this hemoglobin. And it is hemoglobin is made out of iron and protein, children. And when you eat lot of green color vegetables, the leafy vegetables, it forms red blood cells in your body, which is a good source of iron. Okay, all this is not there in your textbook, but if you know the extra points, it is better for you. And these are the white blood cells. You can see white in color, and they are very much large than red blood cells, and they can change the shape also, and they are called as the soldiers of our body. That means whenever there is a disease which is attacking our body, these white blood cells are going to fight against them. Yes, children? Yeah. Now you need to know the third one, which are called as your platelets. So have you ever remembered that when you are injured, or when you got a hurt on your hand, or when your hand is cut, you can see the blood is going to flow out of your body. Then when you try to hold that particular part, injured part, tightly, you can see the blood is going to stop, isn't it? And you may put some antiseptics like turmeric powder also sometimes to stop the blood flow out of the body, isn't it? So the main source why the blood is going to stop, why it's not coming out of your body, when you stop it with a finger tightly, it's going to stop, isn't it? So the main thing for this are your platelets. They are the smallest cells of your blood, and they are like your blood clotters. That means they are going to clot the blood. They are going to stop the bleeding of the blood. And when you have a cut, this blood is going to flow, and these platelets are like your controlling bleeders, where you can see that they are going to control the blood flow matter. Next, these platelets are also going to stop the entry of the germs into your body, children. Whenever some foreign particles or something is going to get into your body, these platelets are the first ones who are going to stop them near the door of the blood to enter. Okay, so till here I hope you all have understood the lesson, and let me give you a small task today based on this blood. I am going to give you few fill in the blanks, like what you have understood from this, and just give me the answers to my personal number. Thank you. Hope you liked the class.